Charles Pellegrin, who joins us from there. Charles, let's look at the figures. I mean, this epidemic, it's killed over 2,700 people now. It's led to those containment measures, of course, that we've been talking about over the past few weeks, never seen before. Yet, let's face it, every year the flu kills tens of thousands of people. What is it about this coronavirus? Is it the novelty, perhaps, that's the only factor which is causing everyone to be so concerned?
The novelty is definitely a huge factor in explaining the unprecedented measures that have been taken to fight this coronavirus epidemic, with these lockdowns being set up in Hubei province, affecting upwards of 50 million people. When we're talking about the novelty of a disease, that means that there's a lot of unknown factors at play. And when you're dealing with a lot of unknown factors, you sort of have to prepare for the worst. And the things that have to be taken in consideration here is the potential for the virus to mutate. Well, so far, experts here in China from the National Health Commission have explained that that has not happened yet. And also the potential for this disease to become recurrent. And this has been judged to be quite likely by some health experts here in China and elsewhere as well. Now, this epidemic now is also an opportunity to stop a new disease from emerging and kind of taking hold of human society, and stopping it from potentially making recurring deaths the way that the flu does every year. So this explains the measures that have been taken that we haven't seen for other diseases like the flu. There's another dimension here, which is that this could be an opportunity for the Chinese government to spin this into a propaganda win, that if it goes well and if the epidemic is put under control, then this could be turned into a way to praise the system of governance here and to justify it to a certain extent, and justify Xi Jinping's leadership at the head of it. But that political victory would only be a byproduct of the measures that have been taken. They are mostly there to stop the emergence of a new disease taking hold of human society in a recurring fashion.
Charles, China's response, I mean, it's been pretty much lauded by the World Health Organization, but there have been some blind spots, haven't there, in the handling of the crisis. Suggests the number of people affected could be a lot higher, particularly potentially in nursing homes.
Absolutely. A new report came out of Wuhan in the last few days from Chinese media outlet Caixin that shows the difficulties that lie in trying to accurately and correctly count the number of infections in the country. This report focuses on one particular nursing home that's located close to the cradle of this disease, which was the seafood market in Wuhan, the capital of Hubei province. And in this nursing home, at least 19 people died, showing symptoms such as respiratory failures and recurring fevers. And only one of those was officially counted as being caused by the coronavirus, even if all of those are highly suspect. And the medical personnel of this nursing home was interviewed and said that the reasons behind this are manyfold. First off, the personnel shortages, and then the lack of testing capacity and lack of testing kits for the coronavirus. Then there's also bad management, with a lot of people allowed to access the nursing home, especially during the holiday period and the period before that, as well as the quarantine measures not sort of stopping people, family members of the people in this nursing home, from being able to take care of their relatives. So all this suggests that, especially if you combine that with the fact that there are studies like the one in Imperial College that says that 1 out of 10 cases in China is being detected, this suggests that the numbers are under-evaluated here in China.
Charles, thanks very much. Charles Pellegrin, our correspondent, speaking to us live there